Nice. Well, that's my new favorite thing to do in Minecraft. We have our nice little workshop. Well, welcome, I guess, first, welcome. This is the new workshop inside of the industrial warehouse. If you turn yourself around over there, yep, we are here in the industrial warehouse hanging out. I've got a nice new crafting area with all the stations. We've got some smokers, no, those are smokers, blast furnaces. We got blast furnaces, we've got regular furnaces, we've got some smithing stuff, a grindstone. We're missing a stone cutter. But we do have this nice new fancy table where we can strip all of our logs. I found this, actually, I saw somebody do this in a recent video, and it, quite frankly, is probably the most fun way to strip logs in Minecraft. I was before taking them all out and, lining them all up and then stripping them all and then coming back and mining them like this, but nothing beats the double right-click strip. When you put logs in your offhand, you can place, strip, and break if you hold down both click buttons at the same time. It's a really unique way of doing this, and actually it seems to be way more efficient. So this is our lovely little cutting table here. I might have to implement this in the Craftwork server in our lumber shop. I think right now we have a grindstone. Nope, that's a grindstone. We have a stone cutter that we're using as something to look like a saw, but who needs a saw when you have raw manpower? But anyways, I'm over here stripping some logs to get some decorations done for the boardwalk, because I've been Minecrafting. Believe it or not, I've been Minecrafting. I've actually got some updates, and the boardwalk's gonna be the last one, but let's go ahead and just check a couple of those out real quick. And we'll kind of go over what I did since last time with those updates. First and foremost, our bed moved from there to here, a huge advancement. But we extended the sugarcane farm, and I'll take you guys down there to check it out because it wasn't going real fast. The only problem I have now, speaking of speed, is that the items do come in here super fast, really at a really hot rate. And so you'll see that, I guess this is full anyways, but you'll see that this quickly, yeah, it's just kind of running down. It's trickling. It's touching everything. It's in every box. This is my inbox. I've been crafting those up, but everything just seems to be bypassing where they're supposed to be. Actually, yeah, the cactus even bypassed one over here. So I'm not entirely sure why that's happening. We have these hopper sorting systems. I think it's too much too fast. The one thought I had is if we have the water stream go up one extra block, we could then have hoppers across here. That way one item passes through the hopper at a time. Instead of water, it'll be hopper behind this wall, which does take away from the aesthetic of the open pipe. But maybe if we cover that up, it'll be like that wall over there. You won't see nothing, but the items are being sorted behind it. And that might just have to be good enough. But speaking of auto farms, let's go check out the sugarcane farm, and maybe even, it might even be ready. Okay, now, sugarcane farm. Here it is, in all of its glory. And here is the advancements we made. Let's make sure this guy's not about to go off. And before, it ended right here. This was the end, yep, where our scaffold is located. And so I've over doubled the length of this thing in order to produce enough sugarcane for trading purposes. Okay, swimming in water. And quite frankly, I do like this better. The end wall's better. However, there is a lake, or the river is right above us, that cuts in kind of towards our honey farm. So this is kind of the end of it. There's not much more we can do in the sense of advancements. So yeah, we're just going to deal with our rates. We do have, if I take you over here, we do have two more of these little pedestals, little quadrants available for automatic farm expansion. I'm thinking, again, we've been over this, dried kelp in one of these, or kelp in general, and then we'll dry it up. Ow. The other one, I'm not quite certain yet. I've got some ideas. There's obviously some things we can do some melons, we can do pumpkins, but they need to be things that are useful to us, so maybe we'll go find our villagers and see what they're trading or what they want to be traded. I think that'll be a good first start. And quite honestly, a lot of these things can be... there it goes. Okay, fantastic. It went back and forth. I'm waiting for this guy to go away. I'm not sure why he's sitting there and has not moved. This guy been down and back yet? Which way are you going? It's coming back. Okay, let's sit up here for a minute. I want to make sure this gets picked up, because if that doesn't get picked up, that means we're losing items, and I don't know why. There may be some more out there. Yeah, there's a guy right there as well. So maybe it's just on its way back. The clicking you can hear is our dispensers down below. Is he getting close? It sounds like it just went underneath of me. And maybe it doesn't pick up the very edges. Yeah, he's on his way back out. So it appears anything... Oh, nope, it's gone. And that's a good reminder about patience. Just be patient. So, with that all said and everything working great, we've got some extra bits here for 2 more of these auto dispensing systems, and I'm really thinking pumpkin and or melon are fantastic on top of the kelp, so we've got some room for expansion in this early direction. We got to watch out for the tree farm, but we've got a lake behind here. We can't go that way. We've got down. Down's always an option, and we've got quite a bit of room to expand out that way. Though that way's gonna run us into a couple issues when it comes to, well, we have to remove all of the blocks in the way. This thing in here was kind of an open cavern that all I did was, broaden it a little bit. So expanding an entire thing by hand just doesn't really sound all that entertaining. It can be done, it will be done if necessary, but for now, let's not worry about it. We should worry about that. Goodness me. Okay, let's get out of here. Well, like I said, I've been Minecrafted, and this is what I've made. We've been working on our Boardwalk village. I think it's looking fantastic. Plenty of colors, plenty of life. We've got a lot more things to do. I mean, if you zoom in a little bit, then you get a better glimpse of things. You can see there's a little bit of green in there, and, well, not a whole lot else. We've got lots of decorations, exterior trims, maybe some pathwork, some greenery, and lots of other stuff. Now, today is probably the day that we should do the interior, but I'm gonna be real honest. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. I really don't want to do interiors right now. So instead, I'm gonna take you on a little journey to something else I've been working on, which is right over... Where is it? I think it's this way. Oh no! I think I'm drowning. Yep, I'm drowning. Okay, hold on. Let me get up real quick. It has been a minute since... Oh, no. Oh, that's the worst. That's not good at all. Okay. Okay, panic. Panic time. Panic, panic. Alright, well, we're just gonna get rid of this guy. Excuse me. Hello? Water push you my way. Thank you. Alright. Well, how to explain what just happened to those of you who have no idea who this is? Or who this is, what this is. Who am I? What is thee? Who are you? Yeah, so this was a creeper farm. Let's go to the top real quick, and then maybe we'll detach camera to be safe. But if I come land up here, expert skilled, you can see that I've got a dark place with podiums for creepers to spawn. No spiders. We got the little spider blockers. And snow golems, because they will shoot snowballs at creepers, and creepers will run at them, and great things happen. The creepers fall down, and they collect down there where we can get gunpowder, and that's how I'm getting rockets, because I didn't want to make an official creeper farm and had no other use for our lighthouse tower thing here. So it appears that it worked 90% of the way. So let's get rid of our head real quick. Head detach confirmed. If we just glide down slowly, you can see that every single one of these layers has the trap doors. Only explodey guys, only creepies can spawn here. Except for now I'm realizing right along the fronts of this, regular mobs could probably spawn. And I hadn't considered that, but I don't want our snow golems getting hurt. Oh no, we lost a snow golem. That's exactly what we didn't want to happen. So something is spawning here, which is no good. Maybe we reduce the size of this thing. There was definitely an oversight here. Didn't consider this being a problem. Next problem is, why did this creepy... Oh no. Oh no, he killed my snowman. Why did this creepy blow up? Why did you blow up this far away instead of fall down here where you're supposed to be? Sometimes I don't understand the mechanics of Minecraft. So it sounds or looks like we have to do a little doctoring here. Excuse me. I need you to leave the water column. Maybe I made this harder than it needs to be. Okay. Can you see me? Hello. Goodbye. Perfect. Okay. How much did we get? 38 gunpowder. Oh, this is perfect. Okay. So it works. Fantastic. Except for that there. We've got a few blocks of snow, a few jack-o'-lanterns, and a whole lot of will. I think we've got to go up there. And we're gonna have to take down a couple layers. Oh, this is not gonna be fun. I'm realizing now that building this the first time was the easy part. Maybe I should get a sword and shield. I got a sword. Maybe we go get a shield. Because this is probably not gonna go as expected. You know, this might be the best day to end the series, so I just want to check real quick. That guy right there, he's got to go. So let's do battle. We're in. We're beating him up. He didn't die. We can change that. Spin around. 360. Nice. All right. Now, if we go back up there, there should be nothing up there. We should be close enough things aren't spawning. Okay, kinetic energy. But we need to replace Snowman and get rid of some of this. I think we're going to get rid of a row. It's raining inside. It's unbelievable. Minecraft is unbelievable. The block game that defies gravity also defies the idea of roofs, I guess. Okay, it's gone. I think we're going to go ahead and get rid of a little bit of this. I'm just going to take a little bit off the top. Just a nice trim, if you will. And then we're also going to extend this. I think if we bring this out a little bit, let's grab some trapdoors. Oh, we got to put trapdoors here, or something other than a creeper will spawn. And fill this in like that. But if we bring this out a little bit, I think the creepers may still try to get our guy, but they still shouldn't be able to reach. So we need some reverse trapdoors right along here. Like so. And it looks like we can also probably just trade our carpets out. This might seem a little silly, but I think because of the rearrangement of our stuff, if we go carpet, yes, and then carpet back, do we save carpets or do we spend more? I think I like that. Okay. First layer is done. Again, I think we have to shave off this outside edge because when they're given the opportunity to not fall, they then decide that exploding is a better option. So we're just going to take off a little bit on all of these rows back to about here, extend these platforms so everything is symmetrical. And if we got to take out a few layers at the top, we got to take out a few layers at the top. So let me go ahead and make these changes. I'll definitely get a hold of y'all if I get exploded and the series comes to an end. Otherwise, I will be right back. Okay, we're standing here very unprecautiously because we've made the modifications. We took off a couple stories up there. We backed all the snowmen up except for like the top 3. And so we got some weird bumps out the backside of our lighthouse, but we won't pay attention to those. Now, the only thing that should be able to spawn is a creeper. Now, I know we're probably not standing in the most safe spot, but I do want to improve this ever so slightly. Considering that it works, we're just going to assume that this works. I would like to somehow centralize the creepers. So they're all going to fall down, and I think I want to wash them against this back wall and then down right here in like a kill chamber. Oh goodness, I'm so scared. Every time I hear a single blip of noise, I think a creeper's falling from the sky. Okay, so we're going to work on this cautiously, but we have to decide. I think we just put a nice... can actually probably just finish this. If we just put a finished floor in here. Now, you gotta keep in mind that this is the base of the lighthouse. The lighthouse actually starts right there. So, what we have in here is kind of the pedestal it's built upon. So it looks like we need to grab some tufts, some of the other gray tony stones that's not cobblestone, and we'll create a nice interior in here, one block at a time. And then the water can go up here, and the water will push all the creepers across and then into some sort of system that they're all processed into a single column. Well, they'll fall in here, and then we can reap all the benefits. So, let me go gather some resources. I think I've got a plan in mind. Not sure how it's going to play out, but at least I have something to start with. And then hopefully flying back and forth and gathering resources will clear the mobs. Now, here's one thing that I think I've found is going to be a problem. And I've actually looked around down below, and there's some caverns kind of all throughout here, which means they're counting towards the 70 mob cap, preventing these creepers from spawning. And this is why you follow exactly verbatim what the rules and guides of the internet have to offer to you. However, I wanted to use the lighthouse, so we're at the mercy of our own actions. Now, let me go gather some material, and then we'll get to working on this. What on earth is going on over here? What is that? Are those fish? Oh, creepy. Oh, a creepy fell. Okay, excellent. It works. It works. There was no explosion. A creepy fell, and we got 2 more gunpowder. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Let's go see what kind of damage we can do. Not to ourselves, but in construction purposes. Oh, creepy! Creepy, it's working, but the creepies aren't dying. Oh my goodness. Where did you come from, sir? Alright, well, it's working. We have to get it in perfect working order before we do the interior here, because obviously creepies are going to be dropping from the ceiling left and right, and we can't have that while we're trying to build something. So let me go ahead and get the water system done so all the creepers are stuck behind this wall, and then we can work on the interior of our rocket shop. So this is what we have. I put a nice floor up here. It's a drippy floor. It's a leaking floor. Which makes sense because it's wood and the crevices aren't completely sealed, so the water's dripping down. But all of our creepers are funneled down here. Now, during the process of this, I probably had 4 total creepers. 4 total creepers in the process of building all this, which took a little more time than I'd like to admit. But that means it's working. It's not the best farm you've ever seen, but it's something. It's something. So, I guess the next thing is to just decorate the rest of this interior bit. You know, I tried to do a gradient. It's raining again. But the gradient works up until this guy here. I really thought I could make this better than what it actually is by using all the variants of the deep slate, but these deep slate process blocks are just so much darker than the... My goodness me, you know what? We're gonna go sleep this one off. Alright, we got rid of that annoying thing. Maybe by flying away and flying back, we may get a creepy to spawn. I don't really know. We gotta read and figure out the distances. Apparently that wasn't far enough, but eventually we'll figure this out. So what I was thinking for inside of here is, it's a creepy dungeon, so we're gonna go creepy dungeon. It's a creepy spawner dungeon killer thing. So I'm gonna use these blocks. We're just gonna darken this whole guy up. If we gotta change some of these blocks out right here on the face of this thing just to make it all match, I'm down to do that, but I think I'm going to leave the exterior what it is, and we're going to use this and create a nice gradient. Now, again, we're going to completely dismiss cobble. I think that doesn't fit what we're going for. I think we just do smooth basalt, polished deep slate, into the bricks. We'll cover this up, we'll get rid of the drippies, the water will be gone, and then we got to figure out how to make this dungeon-esque. I'm thinking a jail cell. Maybe we'll bring a villager over and put him in. I'm thinking there's some torture tables and, you know, everything dungeon. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a pretty good interior. I mean, I like the rolling kind of gradient we have in here, and I really haven't ever used the basalt into the deep slate before, but it actually works quite nice. The only odd man out we have is, well, the floor is a little interesting, but we have this weird gradient on our Almost looks like a hearth, like a chimney a little bit. It's a little strange. Well, maybe we'll do some modifications here. I don't know if these edges are necessary. We just can't be here because the creepers will see us and then explode. But that makes it look less fireplacey. Maybe this is a good fix. If we just, get rid of that, cover up this, and then maybe we just bring these iron bars across and pretend they don't exist. I mean, it looks less of a fireplace now. It still looks a little bit like a fireplace, but that might be inevitable based on how we decided to build this. But the next thing I want to do is we're going to put a roof in here, or a ceiling, if you will. But I would like to add in some decorative bits. I was thinking about maybe putting in a lava pit with a cauldron, maybe a jail cell in one of these corners, or maybe like a cell hanging from the ceiling with a villager stuck in it. Just a bunch of weird kind of dungeon torture devices. That sounded really bad the more I thought about it after I said it. But it is in fact a dungeon, so well, I guess it's okay. All right, well, there's some more work to be done on the interior, but we've got something started. Now, I'll take you right over here onto the lily pad trail. You can see there's already an entrance here, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a good start. It's a good start to a build when you put a door on it. If we make our way over here, I've got something very exciting in store, except for the fact that we can't even get in. There we go. Okay, and into the dungeon we go. Now, you're gonna have to, there's a lot going on here. I went and got some skulk and some of the skulk vines just to kind of give this ceiling a little bit of life. It's just not so bland in here. We've got our cage with, well, this guy. I don't know what he is yet. We've got some storage bits and, a saw for doing things like cutting wood, I promise. But yeah, this is our little dungeon thing, and now we stand here and we wait. We've had one creeper since we did the floor, which means it's probably not the most efficient farm, but I think I might have an idea why. And that is because we are surrounded by caverns underneath this ocean, meaning we need to go on the perilous journey to light up all the caverns in a 200 block radius in order for this farm to work, which means it's time to shield up, grab some torches, and I guess get this out of the way. I've been dreading this part of the process. I knew this was going to happen. Nothing in there we need. And so I don't even know where to start. I think there's a cavern right here. Now, right beneath here is where I found that first geode. I think it's right there. Do we still have a spot? I think it was right over in here, which means that it is likely part of a cavern. Let's see if we can get out of the water. Oh, there we go. Oh, I totally forgot. We did the bridge. Hold on. I haven't showed you guys this yet. Let me get down here. So our new pathwork, T's here, heads down this direction, down this little staircase, and our bridge is done. It was pretty horrendous. I hadn't done it. It was just a bunch of spruce planks going in that early direction. So I brought in the same stone and mossy stone archway into this guy as well, just to make it seem like it's built and constructed at the same time, which it definitely would be. And then also the lighting features as well. So we officially have a connection to the warehouse that we can walk to and from. Minus the fact that once we get rockets and the lighthouse comes to fruition, we probably won't be walking anywhere. But I do like it still. I think it's a good addition. Now, there's lots of other things to get done around here. One of which, while I'm thinking about it, is trees, is vegetation. I know we have some bushes here and there. We've got this mossy walls just to bring a little bit of green to this, bleak, barren badlands. But one thing we've been forgetting about this entire time is trees. Now, I have had my hand at some custom trees, and if you haven't seen those custom trees, go check out the Craftwork series, please, and thank you. Yeah, over there we've got some nice custom kind of redwood trees. Now over here, we're gonna do something completely different. I'm thinking of more of a deadwood tree, something that is a lot of stick, less leaf, a lot of log, less leaf, and that's just because leaves doesn't really make much sense. Oh my goodness, sorry, that's loud. But yeah, there's obviously ample space out here. You know, we could have a tree, you know, here and there and pretty much anywhere you see out here. And I think that'll add just that little bit of extra character that this place needs. Now, there is, you know, again, there's the bushes there and the pathworks and the buildings and the fact that this is even a badlands, so we shouldn't really be too focused on having trees. I just think it's going to be a good addition. And I also, in some places, like along the coastline, down below, actually the boardwalk is a good example. There should be more green trees. There should be trees, you know, kind of like that. The closer they get to the water, the easier it is for them to drink, which means it's easier for them to grow big and strong and healthy and green. So I think it's worth putting a couple dead-ish trees kind of scattered throughout the pathworks and around the buildings over here. And then as we make our way closer to the coastline, I'd like to make them a little more green. So I've got my work cut out for me in between episodes to work on some ideas for custom trees. It's something that I'm not very good at. Second to interiors, which we need to talk about real quick before we go on our journey. Next time we will get into deciding how the interior of our boardwalk is gonna go. Now, I guess that we haven't really been over here. Actually, you know what? Until now, have we even looked at the boardwalk yet? Have I forgotten the one thing this whole video is about? Okay, well, here's the boardwalk. You've seen it from afar, but now you'll get to see it up close. So every single one of these buildings is done. Oh, I didn't add the texture to this wall. Nearly every single one of these buildings is done, including the access. So this one is accessed from clearly up here, which I thought I had a different access point, but I sure don't. This one needs a staircase apparently, but if you make your way down one layer to here, this is where it all begins. So we originally had just the boardwalk, and let's give it a little flight out here. As even with the bottom. So let's just land up here real quick. It nailed it. Didn't nail it. We had just the bottom layer of houses. So in order to expand on this and add a little more color and a little more life, I added not one, but two more tiers of height. We've got varying height in all of our buildings and interconnecting pathways, which I will show you right, ouch, now. So if you make your way into the second building here, and most of these buildings will have access, so it's not just going to be this one, but if you come up here, we've got access to the roof, which is back to this building where we were just standing, and then equally so back down and up again, and then we've got a, you know, another building here, and it wraps its way up and around into the red building here, and so on and so forth. This building, I think, has, yeah, a ladder down and a staircase, which leads to a little stoop and another pathway over in this early direction. Actually, what's the point of this pathway? Oh, it goes this way. Across the rooftop and back into this guy, which has, you know, another staircase that needs to be put in. So everything interacts with each other, and that was the purpose of this. And I would love to get this to be a bustling boardwalk. So we need villagers and interiors and more connectivity and plants and trees, perhaps. So lots of work to do here, and I do apologize for not touching on the one thing that has been driving this entire video. That's how my brain works. You know, we got going into the things that we were working on, and we completely forgot about the one thing that led us here in the first place. So, without further ado, I think it's time for me to head off, do some torching, and do some AFKing, and see if this here lighthouse becomes useful. And it's really going to be a... Ow. Do you hear that? It's flooding with creepers. Wait a minute. Was it just a distance thing? Now, that's not a ton of creepers. Let's check our wares. 8, 9, 3. You know what? Let's take them all. For some odd reason... Another one. So for some reason, flying around the boardwalk seems to be the right distance to gather these guys. Now, can they see us? Because if they can see us, they will blow up, which is a little concerning. It did appear that that guy saw us for a second, so maybe some trap doors. I've got one. Iron door. Thank you very much. If I put this in here like so. Creeper! Yeah, I think we can set these on here. Why did I only make 2? Is that it? Well, that's a bummer. Well, anyways, now if I stand here, yeah, he can't see me, which is perfect. Even if I crouch, no! Okay, we can't crouch down. You have to approach and just stand here and be good. All right, noted. So we got 7, 12, you know, another 20. Another 20 is not too bad. We're up to 40, which is 40 more than we had at the beginning of this episode. So I'm pleased. We might not even have to go caving. I think it's working out just right. I think, yeah. I mean, it just took time, but things are working. I think we maybe unrendered some of the guys down beneath that we were concerned about, and everything's, you know, we're back in business. So I'm going to stand here actually for a little bit, and I guess I might as well be crafting this guy up a little bit, fixing him up. I'm going to stand here a little bit, AFK this, see how much we can get, but I think we chalk this up as a success. So without further ado, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe, and head down to the description below and join the Discord. I like to hang out with y'all, talk to you, learn a little bit more about you, and then you can also keep up to date with some of the other things that we're working on. There's some spoilers over there, some different videos from the Craftwork series, Hearth and Home, the new one. Please go check that one out. There's a new modded Minecraft series. But without further ado, stay crafty, stay courageous, and as always, stay beautiful. Goodbye.